So to be clear, today is June 28th, 2023, and all the footage you're about to see is from yesterday and last night. That's the Capitol Hill Dome behind me. I think I'm going to walk over to the Supreme Court and tell you a minute to introduce this video. And this video is for the men. Again, this video is for the men. So in all fairness, in this video I call Miss Lady a stank-ass hoe because she's married and told me just after the fact, just yesterday, if we've been seeing each other and messing around, and I thought falling in love for almost 2 months now. Anyway, she pointed out the fact that I once lived with a woman named Elizabeth. I lived with Elizabeth while I was still married, but in the process with the full intention of getting divorced. So when I called her a stank-ass bitch hoe, I was really also calling myself a stank-ass dick hoe. So I guess that's what I am sometimes, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm being too technical. But anyways, this footage yesterday is basically of us breaking up, then her trying to come into my tent multiple times after I was trying to go to sleep and told her not to come into my tent. I did call the police, and they came and they told her to ease off and stay away from me, and asked me to stay away from her as well. And she's been messaging me today. I was in the same breakfast hall as her for homeless people today, and I avoided her and ignored her. So now she's writing me messages trying to tell me what's what and who's who, and actually insulting my personal constitution and my personal well-being. All in all, she and I both had a terrible, rough life in many ways. However, this one's for the men, like I said, and remember, just because women are cute, sweet, and lovely sometimes doesn't really mean they love you or care for you that much. Or maybe they do. But these are the streets of Washington, D.C. Let's go, and I'll show you what happened yesterday. And that's after I took her to Reston, Virginia, to show her the hometown where I grew up. And I feel kind of like shit because of what's going on between me and her. But again, this is so people can understand the dynamics of Washington, D.C. and the international forum and stage upon which I grew up in. And she has no idea. Maybe she's ignorant or blind to the facts, or maybe she knows more than me. Check it out. And to be honest and clear, I got love for Elizabeth still. I care for her deeply. And I care for Miss Lady as well. Unfortunately, these times, these hard times, they cut us down, it seems, at every turn. What's wrong in your life? What do you do about it? Ask yourself that every day and get to work. This woman just told me she's married. And she attends church with me and says she's married. Are you married?
Because
Are you married? Are you married?
Can I just not answer this question right now?
She's married. So I told her to get away from me because my ex-wife cheated on me and it feels terrible. And now she's cheating on her husband apparently. And she just said, And she thinks it's funny.
This man always asks some question. I have told him many, many times. And sometimes...
Told me what many times? That you're married? This is the first time you said you're married.
And sometimes...
Are you married or divorced?
I have the right to keep...
Are you married or divorced?
I have the right to keep... No answer this question anymore.
Are you married or divorced?
Can I have the right to...
Are you married or divorced?
Why I must ask... do I have right to not answer a question?
So then don't touch me if you're married. You told me you were divorced. Now apparently you're saying you're married. So I don't want to touch you no more.
That's so good.
You don't have the right to cheat on your husband. Nah, you're married. Get away from me. You're married. Get away from me. I don't want to be with no married woman. If I would have known you were married, I would have never hooked up with you. I would have never hooked up with a married woman. Only divorced women. Or single women. Nah, I'm not. Ain't
You
no.
hook up with your classmate Elizabeth before you get divorced 3 months before. You told me you get hooked up with
Warning, please move to the center of the car. Step back to allow the doors to close.
So she's married apparently and thinks it's funny. She thinks it's funny. Now she does try to get violent too, just to let y'all know. So
violent?
yeah, she gets violent.
I'm getting violent? Oh my God.
Please leave me alone, married woman. I don't hook up with married women.
You video me. That's why I come here. Why you have the right to video me? Why? You don't have right to video the married woman. No matter you know them or not. Why
Now
you
she
video?
admitted. She finally admitted. She's always told me she was divorced from her husband.
So why you ask I'm married or divorced?
And she actually let me put on her paperwork to join church that she's my fiance,
Oh,
which
really?
means she's trying to have 2 husbands. That's great. She wants a mangina party. And you know what I say about mangina parties? No, not at all. So stay away from me, married woman. Seriously, stay away from me.
You're a psycho, okay?
Oh, she also says I'm abusive. Oh, I'm so abusive.
You always ask the question.
You know what we call married women who cheat on their husbands? Stank slut hoes. That's a stank slut hoe. I'm easy, it's true, but I'm easy with single women. But she's married, and she just laughs about it, and she thinks it's funny. How many men do you have right now? Is it just me and your husband, or do you have another man as well?
I just have
Do you keep another man? Is that why you wouldn't look at your messages yesterday?
I just have one cycle now. And this cycle blow up anytime.
Oh, she's married. She just admitted to me she's married just today. Watch. She likes to insult me and call me stupid American. And she says all kinds of things about how Americans are all just stupid and dumb. But for some reason she's in America. Oh, I guess I am stupid because I'm with a married woman. And yes, I will post this because I don't give a fuck.
How bad it is, okay? How bad it is, okay?
Bye.
Fucking bad.
Bye, Felicia. Go away from me, married woman. Well, that's enough of that. It's good. Get out of my tent and leave. I've told you to leave. You said I scare you, so get out of my tent and leave.
You said I lied to you.
Get out of my tent and
leave.
leave out of my tent right now. Get out of my tent. Get out of my tent. I don't care. Leave and get out of my tent.
I cannot see you clearly. Why?
Leave and get out of my tent.
Because you said I get killed and murdered.
No, I didn't say that.
You said I lied to you. You said
Get out of my tent.
You said I lied.
Leave and get out of my tent.
No. You said I lied.
Leave
to you.
and get out of my tent.
Get
You
killed
said
and-
you want to have a good time and leave in a few days. I'm not having a good time, so leave and get out of my tent. This is my tent. Your friends burned your fucking tent. The dickhead and his fucking fat friend washed it. Now you can leave. If you say I scare you, then leave. You said I scare you. So leave. Get out of my tent. I've asked you to leave nicely. Leave. Get out of my tent. Get out of my tent. Get out of my tent.
You kill me and murder me, so I don't. You said I lied.
Her friend Mustafa, who first called the police on me when I moved in here, said I shot him. I said, how did I shoot you? Where are the bullet holes? She just said I killed and murdered her. Get out of my tent. You've had your fun with your fucking friends. Now you can get out of my tent, whatever your name is. Are you from Vietnam, from Philippines, or from China? Are you married?
You want to marry me?
Are you married now?
Marry me.
Are you married now? She's married now.
Married to this man who's yelling me now. Every time I say
We're not
I
married.
say-
You're
I say-
crazy.
I say,
I don't marry crazy
I
people.
say, are you going to marry me? He said, we are already married.
Really?
I say, we're
I just
not.
told you to get out of my tent.
And he said,
Get out of my tent!
louder, louder, louder. And you said you lied at the beginning, so you get killed and murdered. So he's trying to scare me. No, he's not trying. He's actually.
So if I'm scaring you, why are you in my tent coming back to me tonight? Get out of my tent.
How are you
Go to your tent.
burned my-
You can talk to me in the daytime.
No, I don't. You burned my tent.
I didn't burn your tent.
You burned my tent.
I did not burn your
You burned
tent.
my tent. If I call police, I show the proof and evidence.
Go ahead, call the police and show them proof. There's no.
No.
If I didn't do it, how there's proof and evidence? Get out of my
Of
tent.
course, I have proof and evidence.
I'm glad you do.
Of course.
Good.
Okay.
Get out of my
So-
tent. Get out of my tent.
So,
She just called somebody and said, where's your girlfriend? She's not at home. Yeah, she got another man, all right. So get out of my fucking tent.
she's at home somewhere. Then you tell my face. What am I talking?
Now you can stay out of my tent. Go back to your tent, which I can see from right here.
So I want to bother you because you got a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Who you call now? Your pimp? Your enforcer? Go ahead, enjoy it. Maya Abbey, Rishan, Miss Wu,